Hello. Welcome back to FlurrySports. I'm hearing an echo from one of you guys. I think it's better now. I'm not sure.
I'll put headphones in.
Okay, cool. But yeah, welcome back to FlurrySports. We're here every single Tuesday following Hard Knocks' release. So roughly about 10 p.m. Central if you want to watch live with us. After the fact, I think there's, one episode left. So if you want to catch us next week, that's when we do go live. Otherwise, let us know in the comments what you thought of the episode. Jump into the chat and let us know. We are just hanging out and talking about the episode, talking about football. Obviously, today was a big day in the NFL because the roster cuts and stuff. We didn't really get to see any of that in the Hard Knocks. That'll be next week, I guess.
We saw one. Sucked.
Yeah, the guy who's
the only guy.
I'm pretty confident. He's a joke. I'm not. He is in the league because Craig Reynolds put Cutstown on the map essentially last year. Congratulations. That's why you're on Hard Knocks. So who gives a fuck? But yeah, we'll talk about everything that went down tonight. And for the people who are upset, I suppose, that this is not the actual Hard Knocks stream. I know I've been seeing some of your comments. Before you go, you can write a bad comment. I don't give a fuck. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings. However, if you look into the description below, I will give you a little bit of a present. Our free fantasy football draft kit is linked down there. So definitely check out the fantasy football draft kit. We have all kinds of information there that'll help you in your fantasy drafts, from rankings to, a million kinds of numbers. We got depth charts. We got all kinds of stuff, and it'll continue to be updated over the course of this next week, especially after the roster cuts today, the trades today, and there will be some switching, I'm sure, like Zonovan Knight, for example, cut from the Jets. I imagine he will go someplace else. So definitely check that out. We will continue to update it. And check out all of our other videos as well. But let's just talk about Hard Knocks now for a little bit. For me, first initial thoughts, I suppose. My initial thoughts while watching it was like two different episodes for me.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the episodes was for sure the worst. Like, who gives a fuck? I completely hated it. And then the back half was cool because we got to see some actual football. We got to see some fire. We got to see some guys be assholes, which is what I've been missing for this entire Hard Knocks for the most part. So that was my thoughts. What were your guys' thoughts while watching it?
I agree with you, Zach. Like, today didn't blow my socks off or anything, right? It kind of felt like the episode really picked up when the game started. Mm-hmm. Like, stop showing me stories of other players. Just show me Aaron Rodgers for 53 minutes and we're good.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the other players, but like, show us the fire. Like, to your point, like, there are training camp fights all the time. There are guys talking shit all the time. We don't need this kumbaya bullshit. Like, that's not what's going on. I don't care about ping pong games. I really don't. Show me them on the field instead.
We are at the point in Hard Knocks, and I'm telling you, we need to go back and look at 2 years ago and 3 years ago. I feel like as soon as you see somebody juggling, boom, we know this does not fucking matter.
Yep.
Like, we saw it last year with the guy who somehow we chased to the Giants and watched him over there. Don't know his name. All I know is he's bad at football. We saw it again. Oh, he can juggle. Probably means he's bad at football. Happened again. Congratulations. He made a block for Alex Erickson. The Wisconsin guy scored. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, it's not.
That's all it is.
It's not great for Cap that they've only shown him rapping and him juggling as opposed to him playing football.
Yeah, because he hasn't played very much.
Yeah.
Well, like, at least Tanzel Smart does something on the field. Like I'm not saying he's a great player or even that good, but like, at least we have film to watch, like, in terms of a storyline. Like, I don't give a shit about a guy blocking or running routes when nobody's looking his way.
I think the Smart story made me more mad than Cap.
Much, really. Honest. Yeah, because Cap's likable. Tanzel Smart's not likable.
Like, who cares? You suck. You have a horrible number. Your first movement on every play is straight up, so you get the offensive lineman under your pads. You're not good at football. And then you have the audacity to go up to Quinnen Williams and these other guys and say, "Oh, I think I should be playing with you." No, you don't.
Right.
You don't. Like, get the fuck off this football team.
I agree, Zach, 100%.
You know what? I'm going to go the other way. If you don't have the confidence to say you deserve to be with them, Like, why even trying, man?
The confidence comes off as ignorance, though, because he's not good at football.
And we saw his confidence earlier in the episode. Oh, I may not have these moves like you. I don't have this like you. You don't have fucking anything.
Right.
Like, you can keep working. Congratulations. I'm going to try to fly every fucking day of my life, and I'm never going to get off the ground. Yep. Like, that's all it is. Like, you suck at football. Your wife got so much more airtime than you did. So congratulations to her, I suppose. But, I hope your shoulder's fine. That's it.
The wife does annoy me. She does nothing. Like, at least David Blau's wife was somewhat interesting. Like, she had a profession. Like, she just sits there and goes cheer for daddy for 10 minutes an episode.
Well, David Blau's wife's more, interesting than David Blau is. That's
fair.
Yeah. I mean, but still, more of Randall Cobb's family, to be completely honest.
I will say, I wrote down notes for this game or for this show as we were watching along. The very first one is no more Tanzel Smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote down. I think I just wrote his name down because I knew what I wanted to. Oh no, I did Tanzel Smart. Who fucking cares?
Right. Honestly, like sorry, Tanzel Smart. I'm sure you're a great guy and everything, but you're not interesting.
Yeah, he seems like a great guy. He doesn't seem like a defensive lineman. He seems like an offensive lineman, and he has an offensive lineman number. His body's shaped like an offensive lineman, and he plays kind of like an offensive lineman. He looks like he's in a pass set every time he tries to rush the passer. Like he's, I don't know.
Watch out, he'll block you on Twitter.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Like,
dude,
he doesn't have a Twitter. There's no shot.
To transition here with the defensive line, they had that stupid ass, the chain thing. Every chain has a weakest link. I kind of think I know who the weakest link on this defensive line is. It's not Tanzel Smart. Certainly Jermaine Johnson.
It's not. He's very good at football.
No, he's not.
Tanzel Smart does have a Twitter, and he has 2,400 followers.
Okay, good for him. Good for him. Are you going to make it 2,401 or no?
No.
Okay, then who cares?
But that chain thing was so dumb. Like, you can tell, like, I think it's, like, I don't think the players cared about that at all, whereas, what's his name? Hackett. Like, he's just so goofy. Players love that shit. I don't think anybody liked that. Like, it looked like pulling teeth. I will not be the weakest link. Like, that just looked horrible.
I think the chain thing's not bad. And I think some players did get into it. I think the delivery by the coach was terrible. I think he needs to be more into it. If he can sell it, it'll be good. Like, there's no true bad ways to coach. There's no true bad ideas.
Of course.
But he was not. He looked like he did not want to be there. He looked like he was sad.
Yep.
It wasn't like he was bored, wasn't tired. He looked sad. The way he delivered things were sad. And
my
Smart's play was sad.
Right. My whole thing was, if you're going to do a gimmick, at least make it cool or funny,
Just buy in. All you got to do is buy. Any idea will work if you buy in. Correct. And he didn't even buy in. So I don't know. Yeah, I fully agree. That was not good. I feel like most of the coaches I've seen on the Jets I've liked, but I don't even know who.
Yeah, there hasn't been a coach.
I don't even know that guy's name, but he hasn't been great.
Right. To your point, there hasn't been a coach, right, where there's I have any reason to hate him or anything. But I wanted to ask you guys, and this is not really related to the chain, but kind of, how like the turnover chain is a thing and people have like turnover chainsaws and shit now. Do you guys like one the best over the others? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but.
Are you just talking specifically for turnovers and stuff or anything that happens?
Oh, I guess anything that happens. We'll open up for everything.
I like when offensive linemen, when they get pancakes, I can't remember which school it was. It might have been Oregon State.
They were getting shots of syrup.
Shots of maple syrup. Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was
so
good.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with that too. Like, not like the turnover slot machine was dumb as hell. The turnover pads are stupid.
I don't even know that one.
It was UNLV. They just sit down and pull a lever for a slot machine. It's like, that's boring as hell.
So, Trevor, I agree 100% with that. I think it's just so outrageous. It's funny.
But it's UNLV, so it's like nobody cares about it.
That's fair.
But like the turnover chain was cool, and then Wisconsin just destroyed them. And all turnover things are dumb now.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, if you get caught with Paul Christ mocking you, it's tough luck.
Very tough luck.
Tough to recover. Speaking of tough luck, tough to recover, we can skip to the end because I think the moment that probably will steal the show, and there will be people on both sides of it probably. There'll be people on both sides of another Aaron Rodgers moment, I think, earlier in the show. But we were talking beforehand. Reed, I believe his last name. I can't even remember the guy's name. Number 55 for the Giants, saying that he doesn't know who Aaron Rodgers is as the comeback. Jihad Ward. Like, Rodgers says, I don't even know who the fuck you are because the guy's getting cheap shots in after the play. Obviously, if you're the defensive guy, you got to take cheap shots on Aaron Rodgers. I don't blame him for that one bit. But you got to have something. You got to have a comeback, man. You got to have, like, Rodgers can say, I don't know who the fuck you are. And by the way, all of America was on his side at that moment because everyone's like, is that Kayvon Thibodeau? No, I don't think that's Thibodeau. Like, everyone was doing that exact thing. And then you look up and like, oh, I don't know who that is. And you can't say you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is. That's right. A tough look. And the Giants defense is watching that. Wink probably called him after this. Is like, hey, bud, you got to do better. Yeah, we got to work on this.
Yes, and Aaron Rodgers definitely knows who Jihad Ward is, by the way.
Probably, but I don't know.
So, go ahead, Trevor.
Just say the most basic defensive line linebacker thing ever. Just say, like, I'm going to be here or whatever.
Just call
him
a bitch.
Fuck you. Like, that's it.
Call him old. It's the easiest thing, but that would work. Be like, oh, you don't know me? Your memory's probably slipping because you're so fucking old. That would work. It's lazy. It's not great, but it's better than saying, oh, I don't know who you are, sir, basically.
So,
it's not good.
I think Jihad Ward deserves prison, if we're being honest.
Okay.
Yeah, for how bad he looked there.
It's a bad look.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, he's been in the league a while, too.
He sure has.
So, man, you got to be better. You got to do better.
Yep.
It's hard to face your teammates the next day.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I wouldn't show my face in that locker room.
No. Like, you know he's going to come in.
I would retire.
There's going to be reports. There's going to be pictures of Aaron Rodgers on his locker. Like, his teammates are going to be like, this is who this guy was, actually. They're just going to razz him about it all week. And it's going to be annoying as hell.
He must have been so fucking miserable when he saw Aaron Rodgers coming to him. Because you can't back down, but, like, you're fine. No.
Yeah. It's a tough look. But I do like to see, on the flip side, I love to see Rodgers get chirpy.
Always.
I love to see... Because, like, usually Rodgers chirps and stuff, but it's always like a joke, and then they laugh about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this time, if I can say anything about Ward, he didn't back down. Like, he fucked up once he got into the face-to-face interaction, but he at least didn't back down, which was fun.
I guess, yeah. I mean, it's fun because we got to see Rodgers just talk more shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. That's probably true.
The thing is, too, with, like, Rodgers, right? It always seems like, in Green Bay, it was kind of the... if he's talking shit, it's kind of an under the breath, right in your face. I mean, if this is bringing out where Rodgers is screaming at defensive players in New York, I don't know how anyone in the NFL can't be for that.
Yeah, and I mean, I would be fucking terrified if I'm a defensive coordinator after watching that.
Especially he comes down and just throws that touchdown on Garrett Wilson. It's like, well, poke the fucking bear. That's what happened. Like, how many times people just don't understand it.
Do the championship belt to him, then he scores. You can't piss this guy off. It's every time he gets pissed off, he's unbelievable.
Yep.
Well, and on top of that, like, nobody's got to be more grateful than that defensive back. Like, don't get me wrong. The throw was perfect. Like,
all the heat's on right.
Damn thing he was going to do about it. But, like, nobody pays attention to him at all.
Yeah, all the heat's on Ward.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I mean, the D-back literally couldn't have done anything different.
No,
so
it's just a throw we've seen Rodgers make thousands of times in his career.
Yes. And the fact he says first to many to Garrett Wilson after that touchdown, it's like everybody across the league's like, yeah, I think it was the first of many across many years. It's going to be tough.
It's crazy that there's people who still think that, like, the Jets are the worst team in that division.
Yeah. What I do like, though, I think this past week I've seen it. Maybe it started before that, but I've started to see it this past week from Packer fans. There's been a tide coming in of the opinion, how did we not get enough for Aaron Rodgers? That's the new opinion now after everything that happened. Like, now people, I'm glad because people are turning on Good a little bit with that, but it's like, yeah, at least we're acknowledging now that we traded away the most talented player of all time.
Yeah.
For sure in franchise history, for sure most talented quarterback. And it's like, yeah, we got nothing. Like especially like you have to draft a Hall of Famer to make it equal.
And remember, one of the main pieces was to move up 2 picks to take a guy who would have been there anyways.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta love it. If you guys want to hear us talk about the Packers more, just so you know, Wednesday night Lombardi sweep will be live on the FlurrySports YouTube channel. We will talk plenty about the Packers there all season long. Other stuff. I love talking about the Packers, the Cobb block, which we saw on Twitter ahead of time, but so funny. Just him just being like, "I black." By the way, shouldn't be a flag.
Okay, I have that written down that if that's considered a blindside block, that's the worst rule in football.
I think it's by the book now. I think that is a correct call, but I hate it.
That's the worst rule in football. Might be the worst rule in sports.
I mean, sure. I mean, there's a lot of hockey rules I don't agree with.
Yeah, but who the fuck?
Because they don't understand hockey.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't get it.
Also, like, if it used to be illegal, you can't fine guys for it. Like, it's not murder here. Settle down.
Well, also, there's been a few instances this training camp where veterans have gotten fined more than the amount they've made the entire preseason.
Mm-hmm.
We need to up their pay in the preseason. Like, they can't be getting paid. I think it's a little over $3,000 per game. That's we gotta stop that.
It should be based on like percentage or something. Like that just makes more sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're active in the game at all, I feel like I don't know, because imagine you get hurt and you lose all your game checks, you lose all of that because you're out for the season, like Jordy Nelson or whatever, season-ending injury in the preseason. But you got $3,200. That's cool. Or if you have one flag, one bad block like Cobb did there, you can't be paying the NFL over the course of the whole. Like he probably lost $8,000, $10,000 or something this preseason.
It's incredible how big the NFL is with how incompetent the runnership of it is. I guess the operation of it.
I don't think it's incompetent.
Ew.
I think it's a really well-oiled machine. I just think it's not in favor of the player.
I've called it incompetent since Josh Gordon got busted for smoking pot, and now nobody even cares about smoking pot. That's fair. But also, Josh Gordon should play by the rules a little bit at some point. No? Okay. Like at some point, it's like, hey, we're telling you, 5th time here, don't do this. I see you lighting up right now. Put it down. And he's just he's blowing clouds in Goodell's face. Not harming anyone.
Put it down, please.
Not harming anyone.
Himself?
No.
I think so.
No.
I would, if you asked him, I bet he would say, yeah, I regret it a little bit.
Yeah, because he got in trouble.
Of course.
If Josh Gordon was going today and that like his prime was like today, no suspensions at all.
I mean, yeah, there would be, but it wouldn't be for weed. It'd be for all the other stuff he took. Okay. He did a little more than
takes meth, suits up next play.
You got a year for drinking champagne.
I mean, he took a shit ton of Adderall every game. He took all
There's
this
nothing
shit.
wrong with Adderall.
There is.
No.
It's a banned substance.
Yeah, a pussy ban. Like that shouldn't be a banned substance.
Okay, so what's the line? What are we trying to accomplish?
Like hard drugs.
Heroin. Okay, nice to know.
Okay, so if we're starting there, okay.
All I'm saying is Lawrence Taylor gets celebrated for being on coke every game.
That's fair.
Yes. Yeah, as he should. But you know what?
Because he was allowed to play.
You know why though? Wasn't a rule.
You're right. It shouldn't be a rule. Is the point I'm trying to make here.
Dude, I want to see an offensive lineman play on
rules.
meth, man. I just want to see it once.
I don't.
I want to see a safety play on meth. Imagine Derwin James on meth.
I don't know, man. The focus combined with the paranoia, I don't wish that on anybody. I don't want to see that shit in a football game.
Let's get a drug league going.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Let's make the XFL that.
Every game before the game, we spin a wheel and it's a different drug.
Yep.
Like one game we might be playing on LSD. Week 2 we might be playing in shrooms in the snow. You never know.
Yep. I like it, Trevor.
Let's do
Did we just stumble upon the greatest invention of all time?
Are you trying to say it like in all drug sports? You think this is just founded now? Like
you have to be on
this.
drugs.
I have a '90s SNL sketch to show you about the all steroid Olympics. Like this isn't a new thought.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Of course, and baseball should have steroids. Of course, like everybody knows stuff like that.
Correct.
Fine.
But we're not talking steroids. We're talking hard drugs.
I know, which would make them worse. So I'm trying to make the game better.
That would be funny.
It wouldn't. No. How many preseason games have you watched this year?
Dude,
Start to finish. Start to finish.
A couple.
3, 4.
Non-Packers? How many?
Yes. Oh, a couple.
Oh, 1.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
No.
Okay.
No. I had it on the back.
Because the play was bad?
Yeah, but it'd be funny if they were on drugs.
No.
It's just sad because they're bad.
I didn't care because the play was bad. There was just nothing on the line. It's hard to get excited for something when nothing matters.
Like, imagine Mahomes all coked up during the Super Bowl. That would be incredible.
I don't like you guys defaming the game of football. I really dislike it. It would not be entertaining.
Well, Roger Goodell's done it enough already.
Yeah.
Roger Goodell's fine.
No, he's not.
Compare him to any other commissioner.
You're right about that. But that
Like,
still doesn't make him good.
I don't know. I think Adam Silver's all right if he didn't make that stupid-ass in-season tournament.
No, Adam Silver's the worst commissioner in sports.
He's a bitch.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he just bows down to whatever LeBron says.
How is Rob Manfred better than Adam Silver?
I like that he says what's on his mind.
That is
Adam
fair.
Silver doesn't have a backbone.
Also,
like,
Adam's
sure. Oh, John Morant is 5 games okay? Okay, buddy. Like, just don't lie to me. Okay.
Also, Adam Silver's the lead voice to stopping illegal streaming right now. So fuck that guy.
True. It's a good point. It's a good point. And I don't know who the NHL commissioner is.
I don't think
Once again,
never will.
Who cares?
Yeah, I never will.
I don't care until the playoffs.
Even then, I don't care.
I haven't looked at Twitter. I assume there's going to be a lot of people, Packer fans especially, talking about the pissed off Aaron Rodgers in practice.
Yeah.
I liked it. Like, that's what needs to happen for this team to be good, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be people that say, oh, what a dick he is, and then they're going to celebrate, like Michael Jordan for the same exact thing Rodgers is doing. So, like, it's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, that reminded me exactly of the ending scene from The Last Dance, where he's like, if you're mad at me, like, I didn't ask anything of anybody that I want to do, and if you're mad because you didn't win anything, like, that's exactly right. He knows what needs to be done. He's waited a long time with shit teams, and he wants to win now. So, fuck it. Who cares?
Rodgers also just hates like concentration mistakes, which is everything that's happening.
Mistakes, right?
Right, yeah, self-inflicted shit. Like, other stuff. If the defense beats you, if shit like that happens, then it's like that sucks. He's gonna get angry. But if you're jumping off sides, like, grow up. Fucking, this is a job. Treat it like a job.
Right. Yeah. To that point, like, if in practice, if your defense beats you, awesome. That means you probably have a great defense for the year, right? But if you're like, running a 13-yard route, 17 yards downfield, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, it's so stupid. Do your homework. Just do shit, like, or dropping passes.
Just be a good football player.
Your job.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't remember who said it, but a couple years ago, I think one of the offensive linemen said something about like drops in the bucket or like a bank. Like, you only see the negative talk he gives us, not like the positive reinforcement. Like, when the offense started moving again, he was fine. Like, good shit, guys, to an offensive line that maybe was not that good. Like, he'll dish out the compliments too.
Yeah, of course. The negative shit will always be louder, especially because that's the shit that, goes on social media and stuff too. So I imagine, like, the two things that'll be talked about from this Hard Knocks episode on Twitter, on social media, on all of that, I would assume it's the smack talk in the game with Rodgers, and then I assume it's going to be the angry Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine another moment really takes over. I don't know. Are those the two biggest moments you guys think?
They are, and I don't think they would be as big if like Zach Wilson was doing them, but they have to be because Aaron Rodgers is doing them.
Yeah. Well, I just want to see the first person that tries to convince people that you can win successfully at a pro level by going, that's okay, guys. Like, we'll get him next time. Like, we got him. Rah, rah. Like, that shit doesn't work, dude. It barely even works in high school or college. It ain't working in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hold people accountable at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all it is. It's just, you can't be making mistakes over and over and over. I'm gonna just scroll through Twitter as we talk through the rest of this, just so if I can find anybody being an absolute moron, I would love to point them out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reiterate from what we talked about last week, but like Zach, you mentioned off the top here, like Randall Cobb. I don't know if there's a better like mentor for young receivers in the NFL right now.
No, and he's so vital to the success of the Jets this year, just because he is that bridge between Rodgers too.
Mm-hmm.
He's
there's always like in that workplace, right, where like maybe people are intimidated by the top dog or something. There's always kind of that guy that's nice to everyone. I mean, that's Randall Cobb, that guy who can easily relay messages and everybody loves him.
Completely agree. I'm surprised. Like Packers reporters they haven't even said anything about Hard Knocks.
Packers reporters aren't doing anything. What else is new?
And that's a good point. That's a very
They're
too
busy
point.
having dinner with their fucking wives.
Yeah, right.
I guess like they haven't even tweeted really in the past hour. So good for them.
I feel like at this point they have to know it's a losing battle, right?
I don't think so.
No. They'll only say it's a losing battle if Rodgers doesn't get 65% of snaps. Or yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new custom jersey that's been shared around Packers about a 65 and just says % on it. So,
but Packer fans told me they don't care about Aaron Rodgers anymore.
No, of course not. Of course not. We also have an MVP team, and we have a top 3 O-line and all of that. But we'll get into that tomorrow night because the Packers really smart. Okay, so I do want to talk about this because while we were watching the rookie wide receivers who both made the roster, congratulations, I suppose. Like they were showing the who gives a fuck guys. It was making me angry because I wanted to get to a moment that we never saw. We saw nothing about Corey Davis.
Nothing.
Corey Davis retires.
Yep.
And the only time I think we've seen him on Hard Knocks this entire month was when he was literally in the dark during that preseason game next to Rodgers.
Yep.
Like, shows us something. This is a big story.
Do you think there's a chance that there is a reason, like, I don't know the optics of it behind it, that the Jets were like, please don't show anything about it, and you requested to not? Like, that's the only thing I can think of, because I feel like storytelling-wise, that would be perfect for this episode. Clearly it sounds like Davis is dealing with some mental issues, which, if true, hats off to him, all the more power to him. I wish him the best, but like that just seems like the only option here, because that's given to you on a platter.
Yeah,
it has to.
It's got to be, right, because like Corey Davis is one of the best college receivers of all time, and we're not even getting one clip of him in Hard Knocks. So yeah, I agree with you guys.
And he's a likable guy too.
Yeah, very.
Well, he's just a veteran receiver and a person that everybody knows at least. Mm-hmm. Like, there's too many people that we haven't heard of that are getting spotlights. Like, we saw some sauce finally in this episode.
Need more.
We got rid of Ahmad Gardner a little bit. Saw Sauce Gardner, especially in the game. That was awesome. But there's some big name players. Like, I would still love to hear from CJ Mosley. I would love to hear from anybody on the offensive line. I think that would be fun.
I want to hear from Al Woods.
Al Woods is awesome. Alan Lazard, maybe a little bit. He gets a little boring after a couple minutes, but let's at least check in with him.
But
that would be fine.
Even maybe still.
More than just him talking about theater in the final credits or whatever. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry.
Like, let's do some Packer stuff here. Like, how come Adrian Amos hasn't been shown yet? I guess nobody's going to talk about Billy Turner, but show just a scene of all 4 of them together: Lazard, Rodgers, Cobb, and Amos.
Yeah. I mean, Amos has been like shown in defensive meetings. Like, they've zoomed up on his face. They haven't even acknowledged that he's there.
Mm-hmm. He's a pretty good player for a pickup too, for that defense.
For sure. I mean, there's still good edge rushers on the team. Like, even show me more Will McDonald, even though I wasn't a big fan of when we saw him before. Like, show me him at least. Yep. He's a big name player. Or like, Garrett Wilson has to be so unbelievably uninteresting.
Yeah, I probably agree with that.
Which is fine. Show me Mecole Hardman.
Mecole Hardman talks shit all the time.
Yeah. Show me him. Show me people like that. Like, there's people. And now, I mean, what's going to be interesting next week, we'll see more of the cuts, I assume, next week. a person who got cut from the Jets, which was very, very, very interesting, was Thomas Morstead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's funny as shit. So I would like to hear more from him. I'd like to hear that interaction. It sounds like, from what I heard, they cut Thomas Morstead and they're going to bring him back, which is interesting. Yeah. They're just using, like, it feels like they told him, we want you on the team. Don't go anywhere else. We're going to bring you back, whatever. But they were using the roster spot as like a whole placeholder to figure something else out. And if that's the case, I would love to hear that conversation with, like, hey, trust us. We're going to bring you back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's a really unique, weird thing.
It's an odd roster building scenario there, right? Like that, it's kind of taking a risk there too, right? Like Thomas Morstead's not a bad punter. Like I'm just thinking, I would love if Green Bay scooped him up right now.
Oh, of course. You know, like it's putting a lot of trust in each party,
right?
Which shouldn't be there, to be honest.
Right.
Well, and clearly he's a competent holder too. I mean, he's been in the league 14 years. You don't do that if you can't hold a football as well.
I mean, Packers aren't doing it. Like, there's no way. Packers love mediocrity at the punter position, so we're good. Mm-hmm. We got our guy. I can't wait for
we won't need the
everything to mess up. Yeah,
that's what I've been told.
I've been told that too, actually. Funny enough. So, but yeah, I really hope we get to hear whatever the scenario was with that, because I think it's super unique, super interesting, and if Morstead was like cool with it and like legitimately cool with it, props to him, because that's a gambling man. And I mean, that's a good guy to have as a punter too. Like that's a team guy.
He's a locker room
to
guy
the highest degree.
Yeah,
for sure. Anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a couple things written down. It's funny. They're all music related. The DJ at practice, incredible. Eminem shouting out Cap is worth his NFL career. And what the fuck was the Rob Saleh entering the Jets? Why did they turn that into like a Beastie Boys music video?
I don't know, but I mean, again, was it the best use of time? Probably not, but
not
it's
at all.
Cool. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I disagree completely. When they started playing Ice Spice, I was checked out.
No, it was Sexy Red.
Like we got to stop this shit. All right, she's not good. Cut it out.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, but, I think it's a shit song, but I like everyone going nuts to it.
Yeah, of course. Like you need people feeling it a little bit. Like the Jets, as their confidence grows, I feel like, and they're more comfortable, I feel like they are, like, you can see them feeling themselves a little bit, which is
that's what you want.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a little scary for, teams who have to play them, I think.
They won't, but they are the only team I'd want to see more than the Lions or the Packers in-season Hard Knocks.
Bengals.
I don't think I'd want to see the Jets, to be honest. I bet it's pretty fucking boring in that building during the season.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason I would really want to see the Jets is Aaron Rodgers, but I agree with you.
Right.
I agree with kind of both of you here.
Well, when does the season start? Is it like week 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, never mind. Because at first I was thinking they play the Bills week 1, but it never starts that early, so then that wouldn't be anything.
But even still, like, knowing this coaching staff and knowing some of these players, like, it's going to be business during the season. Like, this isn't the team to watch. This would be, you want to watch some of the, like, the young guys. You want to watch teams with, like, the young players who are fucking stupid, to be honest. Like the guys who are,
bring back the Raiders.
Imagine
the coaches who don't know what they're doing. Those are the teams that would be fun to watch, because they will be loud. They will be trying to entertain. They're babysitting these players, essentially. That's why the Cardinals should have worked, except for there's too much incompetence there. Yeah.
I would throw my vote on just putting a 24/7 camera on Mike Tomlin. But yes, I agree, Zach.
I do love Tomlin. Tomlin's Tomlin. But Packers would honestly probably be entertaining.
What about an in-season Hard Knocks of our drug league? That would be awesome.
I agree.
Again, I'm not for it at all. I'd watch Miami. I think Miami would be fun.
Yeah, we need more. Yeah, Mike McDaniel needs to be on camera more. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, his best asset is him on the mic.
Yep.
Like, it's not him coaching.
Correct.
So, like, who cares about that?
I just want to see Tyreek Hill race everybody under the sun.
And I don't know for sure. I have a feeling Waddle's very entertaining. I bet he would be fun to listen to.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Fuck Tua.
Not
though.
Tua. Yeah, fuck Tua.
Mike White,
Skylar Thompson. Whew.
They should interview the offensive line on what they think about Tua's comment about the offensive lineman from 2 years ago. That would be entertaining.
I mean, I hope most of them didn't hear it, but if they did,
I wouldn't block for him.
Yeah, fuck no. Screw that. Be an athlete back there.
Yeah.
There's been
learn how to be tackled.
There's been clips of this preseason of people of like shown of Tua actually kind of like learned how to fall. Mm-hmm. So it kind of paid off, I think. But it's so stupid that we're even
only took him 23 years to figure it out.
Like truly, he just looked like a normal person. Like he rolled instead of bracing his fall with the back of his head. Mm-hmm. It was insane.
Yep.
He truly was the most uncoordinated motherfucker I've ever seen.
I still think he is.
It's insane he didn't get hurt more, like in college at least. Like he had that horrific injury. Outside of that, did he ever get hurt?
I mean, he's been perpetually hurt.
Didn't he die on the field last year?
Yeah, his fingers were like this. You're like, it's a back injury.
I meant in Alabama. Like
he was hurt the whole time too.
Wait, outside of that like big injury though, I don't remember him being out for like multiple games for concussion.
He played 2 years. If I think outside of the horrible injury.
That was one game, man. He played like 20.
Yeah. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I despise Tua. I'm putting that out there.
Oh man, yeah. I would love. The Eagles haven't played Miami yet, have they? Mm-mm. I would love to see that.
Yep. If I'm Mac Jones, I despise Tua too.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I'm anybody, I despise Tua.
Right.
It's wild how that story started. Like how Jalen Hurts was the guy, lost it, got it back, lost it, got it back, and the Eagles again.
Yeah. Yeah. And people, I mean, people still don't believe in Jalen.
Crazy.
Really. I mean, started last year, we had the discussion. Like Trevor, I know you didn't believe in Jalen Hurts at all. Like, there's a lot of people who were just like, I don't think he's going to be the starter.
No, I'll say it. I didn't believe in
fantasy. I liked him, but as a passer, no.
Yeah, I didn't believe in Jalen Hurts. It was kind of, show me first, and then he more than showed me last year.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's very few people who really wanted him in fantasy. There's very few people who thought he could be a quarterback of a winning. Most people thought he was not going to finish the year as the starter.
Right.
Like legitimately, it's like, oh, Gardner Minshew's going to come in at some point because he can at least throw.
Well, I was kind of rooting for that, but yes, I agree.
For sure I was rooting for it, but he almost won MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's like, okay, we'll see what he does with the new offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the system. He's a system quarterback, which whatever.
If there's he's a playmaker that can make him look that good, you're not a system quarterback.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
For sure. And I mean, yeah, I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Yeah, I mean, he might not even be a top 10 guy in the league, but he can play.
Except for Matt Ryan. He is a system quarterback. Fuck that guy.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of system quarterbacks. Anybody who's ever played for Kyle Shanahan has had success as a system quarterback.
He can suck my dick for that whole Trey Lance thing. Like coming out and saying, like, I'm sorry if I let him down. Like, dude, what are you talking about? You fucked up the whole thing.
I might bet the Seahawks to win that division. I am hearing a lot of shit about San Francisco right now.
Rams.
Not Rams.
Rams.
I'm not betting the Rams. I hope so.
The Rams. But like that seems like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like if this team loses like 2 games or if Purdy doesn't look good, like this is all coming down so fucking fast. And they also aren't they the team that hasn't re-signed Bosa as well? Or is that the other Bosa brother?
No, it's Nick Bosa.
That's problematic.
It'll get done, but yeah.
Well,
no link to. I got a link. It's on HBO Max. You can buy it.
They also may have the second worst GM in football in San Francisco.
No, Lynch is one of the best GMs in the league.
No, hard to disagree with that.
He is very good. Okay. He's very good. I think Kyle Shanahan is drastically overrated as a head coach. I think he's a great
I agree with that.
mind. I think he's one of the best offensive minds in the entire NFL, actually. But he is.
The game's past him.
The game's not past him. He's he's turning into the bad parts that his dad showed. Where it's just like, if I can't do this my way with the players that fit what I can do, then I want to be out. Like if it doesn't work in San Francisco this year, I think there's a strong chance that he wants to leave and go someplace else. Like he's just going to continue to do that bullshit, which is what Mike Shanahan did. And I love Mike Shanahan, but
not me. I hated Mike Shanahan.
Like I just hate coaches where it's just like, I have to do things my way. I need players to fit my scheme.
Right.
Like just be a good coach. Look at what Andy Reid's done.
Mm-hmm.
He does everything. It does not matter. Andy Reid can do anything. And honestly, the Steelers,
yes,
to Martin in the chat, Steelers are good, man. The whole AFC is good. I mean, we've talked about this. The Steelers are good.
Is that the best division in football, or is it the East?
It's the North, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the North.
I would say so. Like, I think the Ravens are. To be completely honest to you, I think there's one team who's not a Super Bowl contender in that division, and I think it's Cincinnati. I don't think they have a chance.
See, I'm the opposite with the Browns, but I think the Browns are a playoff team.
I don't think. I think I'm coming way down on Deshaun Watson.
Not me.
Yeah,
I'm coming way up on Deshaun Watson.
Like every time I watch a play of him, I feel like he doesn't have it.
Just working on the kinks.
He's kind of like Tiger Woods when he was banging all those women. Like, I don't know what happened at those massages, but clearly they made him a good player, and he needs it to be good, I guess.
Tiger came back and won the Masters.
I mean, but he had like 10 years of purgatory in between.
That's okay.
I mean, Deshaun is...
He does not look good.
He's playing like he needs to prove a bunch of shit, and he's playing like he's thinking a bunch, and he's playing like he has like a 50-pound vest on him the entire time. And in Houston, he was just playing from behind every game, so you could play really like loose and good. And that's what he needs to do in Cleveland. But then also Cleveland's asking him to be like, okay, you need to be a pocket quarterback here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I don't
it's
know.
Also
We're
funny
they have a good O-line.
You're in Cleveland. You have no pressure. Like, who do you have to live up to? Brandon Whedon? That's not too hard.
Well, no, I mean the pressure he's got the worst
money
contract of all time, and he's defamed forever. Not necessarily defamed. His reputation's gone forever.
You're right. He's defamed forever.
Well, wouldn't defame technically be wrongful or no?
I don't know. Let me look that up.
I don't think
that's the only reason why
is okay. That big of a deal. I mean, he'll just never be looked at the same.
No, yeah, of course not. Of course not.
But, yeah, I mean, I guess defamation comes with like slander and libel, which is probably warranted, but in the real terms of slander and libel, it's not really warranted. So I think it's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I backed up on that. But yeah, like I don't know. But that division's very good. Yep. The Steelers, if they can improve on offense at all, and it looks like they are,
and they should be able to.
Yeah, I mean the offensive line's good. Truly, it's their offensive coordinator is the only thing. That's their only question mark to me. I think Pickett's going to be pretty good. Actually.
I agree, Zach. Like I think it always seems like there's that second year quarterback that makes a jump, and I think Pickett has the opportunity as good as any for this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Steelers are the team that send the Packers into full-fledged panic mode, scrap mode. They won't, but like I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Packers, and it'll open the floodgates.
I mean, after the Packers lose week 1 to the Bears, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people panicking too.
I don't think Packer fans are delusional. They'll be like, all of the great Packer quarterbacks lost to the Bears in their first game.
I don't know.
Now, if we lose to the Falcons,
I don't think we're going to lose to the Bears. I think we'll lose to the Falcons.
Well, I just don't think there's never a loss to the Bears where any Packer fan's going to shrug it off. I feel like that's the only team you can't lose to.
Agreed.
I would say probably Vikings. Or honestly, this year Lions. You already lost them 3 times the calendar year. You can't do it again.
Yeah, but they're good. The Lions are good.
Yeah, everyone knows the Lions are good. Everyone's saying the Bears are the worst team. You cannot lose to the Bears. There's no way they can lose to the Bears. It will be a disaster.
I mean, it's on the road first week. Everybody's gonna be like slow start. There are gonna be excuses for that game.
Do you guys think the Lions are getting too much hype? Because I do.
Yes.
Like way too much hype.
A little too much. I don't know if I'd go way, but a little.
No, like drastically too much.
It depends because I think the way people talk about them, yes, but the way people are betting them and like the numbers and everything, no. I think that's sort of where they should be.
I guess I haven't seen that because I don't fully think that the Lions are runaway favorites of the North.
Agreed.
I think they are.
Agreed. I don't think they're runaway favorite. The Lions are going to lose games they shouldn't.
Correct. They're
Like,
still the
know
Lions.
that. Right.
But like so is Minnesota. So
Of course, the whole division sucks.
Right.
It's the worst division in football. Like I won't say it's not
By
the
a
AFC
mile.
South. It's not the AFC South.
NFC South?
Well,
No, for sure not the NFC South.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's the North.
It has to be. It has to be because I don't know. I'm starting. I don't know.
I could hear arguments on that. I could be
For
swayed.
Sure. Sure. I'm starting to, though, if I'm going to back up on my statement a little bit, the Bears are intriguing me.
Stop
it. No, we're done.
Stop.
Like, what's the weak point of their team?
Their passer.
Okay. If he's healthy, then
Dude,
he
they're
still
gonna
can't
run
pass the
him into.
doesn't need
This
to.
dude's body gave out in week 13.
The
And
Bears
he didn't start playing running wise until like week 8.
The Bears are not good enough to sustain a running quarterback. They're not the
No way.
Ravens.
If there's one division where you can get away with passing 0 times per game,
I still think I think the North is better than that. Yeah.
I don't think they are, but the
Yeah.
North is only 6 games. Even if they win all the games in the North, it's not going to be enough.
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean Justin Fields is a bottom 5 quarterback in the NFL right now.
That's not true.
It certainly
I don't
is.
think that's true at all.
Do you think he's the worst quarterback in the division?
Easily.
I think Jordan Love is the worst.
No, I told you guys I'm high on Jordan Love.
Why?
Great question.
It's a fair question. It's a fair question. But I mean, you guys got to get on. Like he's better than Justin Fields.
No, he's not.
Yes. What does Justin Fields do better other than running the ball than Jordan Love?
Passing.
Are we
He's more
forgetting
accurate.
Way
Jordan-
wrong. You guys are so fucking wrong.
Are
on
we
that.
forgetting Jordan Love threw like 15 interceptions at fucking Utah State?
Yeah, at least he's throwing the ball.
I mean, Justin Fields threw the ball in college.
Yeah.
Okay, he had the greatest
Ohio
receivers of all
State was
time.
Fucking good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jordan Love played against Mountain West teams.
I would rather have Ohio State receivers
San
than play against Mountain
Jose
West.
State, Clemson. It's a toss-up for passing defense.
Look who he's playing with.
I don't think Justin Fields is that bad.
Yeah, he might be the worst passer in the NFL.
No.
No.
Yes.
No, he's not.
You guys think Justin Fields gets over 2,500 yards passing this year?
Yes.
Yes.
No way.
As long as
No
he stays
fucking
healthy,
way.
Absolutely.
No fucking way.
How many
If
yards do you think he had last year, Luke?
I don't know. 1,200?
It might not have been.
There's
How
no
did that
chance he was over 2,500 last year.
I don't think he was over 2,500. I think he was about there, though. And I think he'll be better than that this year.
If we're setting that as the bar, that even proves my point more.
He had 2,200 last
Yeah,
year
that's my point.
in one fewer game. However, let's look at what he did over the past several weeks. Because he was for sure better.
No, this is the worst quarterback also that DJ Moore's ever played with.
Fine.
I'm responding to Martin.
Oh. I mean,
didn't play
no. I mean, DJ Moore played with Sam Darnold last year.
Sam
He played
Darnold's
with Cam.
better passer.
Fields didn't play.
No,
two
he played with
games
Cam
last-
Newton. You
Yeah.
cannot say Cam Newton's a better passer. There's no way you could say that.
You're right about that.
Okay.
He missed 2 games, and the first 3 games that season, they didn't give him 20 pass attempts. And you forget
Because he can't do it.
The game 1 was in a
He
monsoon.
did it later in the year.
The
He,
game 1 was
he
in a
completed
literal
80% of
monsoon.
his passes on the Packers.
Okay.
80.
We're yeah, whatever. I mean, throw the ball more than 10 yards downfield.
He
We
got
played-
254 yards against the Packers and then ran for 71.
Yeah, I don't care about the running.
Okay, fine. He passed for 254 on the Packers.
Is that a high bar that I'm supposed to be impressed by?
Yeah, because I don't think Jordan Love goes over that more than 3 times this year.
That's crazy. That is wild.
Yeah,
That is
that's
crazy.
true. Dude, what has he shown us in preseason?
He had like one of the best passer ratings in the preseason this year.
Yeah, but because it's all 5 yards down the field.
He only played fucking 6 drives in the preseason.
Well, Justin Fields only threw the ball 17 times for 3 games, so I guess small sample size works for both of them.
Also, we're doing preseason and regular season. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
I don't know, but like,
I didn't know you guys were such big Bear fans.
I'm not.
It
sounds
sounds
like realistic.
Justin Fields is not worse than Jordan Love.
Certainly is worse.
I don't know.
Do you want to make a guarantee for the fantasy guarantee?
Trevor, let's bet bank accounts on it.
I'll bet my bank account if he plays more than 16 games. So I'll give you if he plays 16 whatever, that he goes for over 2,500 passing yards.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm writing it down.
That's an easy one, Luke.
No, it's not.
That's so easy.
He didn't do it last year.
Let's think because he didn't play 16.
Equanimous St. Brown was his wide receiver too.
He's still whatever.
Luke,
it's not the weapons that are the problem in Chicago.
Luke, how many yards per game do you think 2,500 is over 16 games? So even if he misses one,
I don't know.
It's 156 yards per game. I could get that off the couch.
No, you couldn't. No, you could not.
Jordan Love is not better than Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to get that easy. 160 yards a game, and he passed it by a ton.
No. You guys are so fucking wrong.
My whole thing is he plays in the North, and the North is bad.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. What about the other 10 games that he has to play?
Okay, let's look at his
schedule. If he throws
schedule.
for 250 against the Packers, he doesn't need to throw the other 2
You think he's throwing for 250 again against the Packers?
He's done it. He's done it before, and we're not better.
Yeah,
he's going to have the ball more without Aaron Rodgers on the field.
You guys are crazy.
He ends the year with fucking Cleveland, Arizona, Atlanta, Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
He might throw for 500 one of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we? That's worse than anything I've said today.
What?
That he's going to throw for 500 yards in one of those games.
Okay. I mean, I think he's exaggerating a little bit. Like, come on. He's going to be good.
No, he's not.
I mean, okay, starting at week. What do you think of the Saints? Because that could be a tough game. I don't think the Saints are that great, but
I think they have a horrible quarterback, and the rest of their team is fine.
Okay, fine. So from week 10 on, Carolina, Detroit, Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland, Arizona, Atlanta, Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. The defense may be bad, but the quarterback's not good. The quarterback still needs to do work in the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he plays horrendous defense after horrendous defense.
I'm aware of that, and I still don't think he's good enough to do anything.
Like
the quarterback at some point has to do the play, not the defense.
You don't think he's going to pass for 150 yards a game, even if he misses a game?
I think I've made that abundantly clear that I do not.
That's a good point, too. Yeah. I mean, okay. We'll see. I hate that you are making me sound like a Justin Fields believer right now. I hate it.
Because there's no reason to be a Justin Fields believer. He's not good at football.
I mean, he's not a bottom 5 quarterback, though.
Easily.
No.
Come on. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's bad. I'm just going off the top of my head.
That's one.
Let me pull up the team.
He's better than Brock Purdy.
Disagree.
He's better than Kyler Murray.
Disagree.
He's better than fucking Ryan Tannehill.
No,
disagree. Okay. Hard disagree.
Trevor, let's break his brain for a second. Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
Justin Fields is better than Russell Wilson.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Come on. Wait. Wait. So if Justin Fields is the worst bottom 5 quarterback, and Russell Wilson's also there, who are the other 3 bottom 5?
The rookies, or maybe?
No. I don't think you can rate the rookies yet.
Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of rookies.
Hold up. Are you saying Jordan Love's above Russell Wilson and Justin Fields?
Yeah, I said that on multiple shows this year.
Yeah, he has. I don't know.
I think this is bad. All right. Well, this is fun.
This was great. I mean, we will be back tomorrow night with the fantasy show. And I think tomorrow what I want to do for that show, I'm sure there'll be more hot takes. But I think we'll be bouncing around some of the biggest news just because there were so many cuts today. I think there's a lot of situations to talk about, including Jonathan Taylor, which just makes me feel gross. But we'll talk about that.
By the way, I think I'm just like, I don't even care about Jonathan Taylor anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
I think so too.
Yep.
It's like, truly, we'll talk about more tomorrow night, but it's like, okay, he's suspended for the first 4 games. Are you starting in week 5?
Not at all.
like, what do you think's going to happen? I'm with the way he's been acting, I'm not convinced he turns the opposite direction and runs in for a safety.
Why wouldn't he? The way his agent is talking?
Yeah. I don't know. I am not sure. Whatever. I'm not convinced he plays. I'm not convinced he's doing whatever. We have a Green Bay Packers show, so I think technically, Martin, our favorite team is the Packers. Luke's is for sure. It's not the team I'm rooting for.
It's going to be the Lions and Jets real soon.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's hard for me to root for incompetence, I guess. I just hate this front office too much. I can't do it. Like, if losing is going to get them out the door, then it's like, okay. It's kind of like when McCarthy was in charge. I stopped being a Packers fan. But now I kind of miss McCarthy. That's how bad this has gotten. So you're right. I don't. But I like what he's doing in Dallas. I like him from afar. And Trevor's gone.
Trevor's pissed.
So Trevor's angry. So, okay, we'll be back tomorrow night with the Fantasy Football Show. We will also be here with Lombardi Sweep, a Green Bay Packers show.
Hell yeah,
and
Martin.
Also Martin from Chile. That's very cool. Definitely subscribe to us. So we'll be live for a couple hours tomorrow night, and you can hang out and talk with us with some other people too. We are starting to grow a nice little Twitch crowd.
Yeah, Martin, tune in tomorrow. I want to ask you a couple questions about Chile.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we'll see you guys.